LMH TV Roundup.
This month's episode is all about neighbours.
And we've got lots of stories about people in your community.
So here's what's coming up.
Find out the latest on LMH's exciting Prescott Road development. Extension pods in the sky, parties and special events. There's lots going on in our news roundup. And LMH Youth got to see their latest project on the big screen.
With 651 to 659 being Prescott Road, which will shortly be Prescott House. It was originally bedsits and one-bedroom flats, and we're converting it into 1- and 2-bedroom flats and taking it out of the 1950s when it was built and into the 21st century. As there were no original drawings that covered, we really uncovered everything as we were getting on with things, and we've been taking stuff and discovering stuff and uncovering large walls which we thought were smaller walls for about 8 weeks now, and we're just at the process happily of putting it back. In the modern construction this would be timber and plasterboards, but in the late 1940s, early 1950s when this was built, everything is built out of brick and concrete here, so we're having to open it all up and take it all away. We've had over 100 skips of bricks and mortar and concrete that we've taken away, so it's been a long 8-week process. I think where it is, in the Old Swan area of Liverpool, it's handy for the motorway. You're right on the motorway. It's going to be fairly cheap to live here. We're going to put a lot of insulation around these blocks. It's going to be nice, pretty to look at. It's going to have cable. It'll be installed for cable TV, Sky TV. You just have to plug in, there'll be no dishes. It really is going to be, we've worked hard with the BYA, the architects, to really get it from what was one of the few bedsits we owned into one of the nicest 1- and 2-bedroom flats that we couldn't have let, and I think we'll have a lot of interest. It's a popular area anyway, but I think properties like this will be really popular.
Today we are pouring our first concrete pour and putting the foundations in for the new walls to the external walls of the block. As Dave said earlier, we spent 8 weeks taking this building apart, and today is the first day that we start putting it back together.
During the last several weeks we've been knocking down the building, as everyone else has stated, and one of the things we've had to do is prop the building up on these active props. Health and safety has been paramount throughout this time, and we've took special attention to ensure that we prop the building as we move through it. Now we're coming to the easier part, we're now building back up again. So over the next few weeks the actual props will disappear, new plaster will go on the walls, and hopefully in September we'll have new tenants moving in.
I think a good neighbour is someone who's always here for you and who you can rely on. I think a good neighbour is someone who's trustworthy and you can always, if you need them, you can always knock next door to have a chat with them, or if you run out of things, you can always knock next door and see if they have it to lend you or to spare.
A good neighbour is a friendly neighbour.
I think a good neighbour is someone who doesn't particularly talk to me every single day.
Here are some headlines from in and around LMH.
It's LMH's 5th birthday and a host of celebratory events are happening around the city. Following on from last year's extraordinary picnic in the park, LMH are hosting 2 outdoor events in May. In the north of Liverpool, the picnic in the park will take place at Clubmoor Community Centre on May the 11th. The following Saturday, an event will take place in the south of Liverpool at Sefton Park. Both events will begin at 12 p.m. and end at 4 p.m. A big birthday bash will be held at the Liverpool Echo Arena and Convention Centre on June the 4th. Tenants who attend will get the opportunity to hear a fantastic guest speaker and view a special film and photography exhibition about how Liverpool has evolved in the last 5 years. The event is still in its planning stages, but if you would like to know more, visit www.liverpoolmutualhomes.org. Budding filmmakers will have the chance to win £1,000 in a film competition run by LMH TV and Fact. Entrants will get 5 days to make a compelling film about home. Please visit LMH's website for details and make sure you register your interest by May the 2nd. In other news, LMH's first pod extension was airlifted over a block of terraced houses to give a disabled tenant a new bathroom. Here's what happened.
This is a pilot scheme that LMH had done to use a modular pod on an extension. In this project, we just have to design the pod off-site. It's built off-site and then it's craned onto the site within a matter of hours and connected.
Oh, I think it's really nice, yeah, it's lovely. And my dad's going to be made up with it. He'll have a better quality of life with this now. He can live a bit of a normal life, getting up, getting a shower of a morning, getting dressed. He'll feel cleaner.
My heart stopped a couple of times when it was getting lifted over the roof, but otherwise, I've seen it, I can see how much better it's going to be for the tenants.
I would like to live next door to Katie, my best friend, because she's fun and we always have good times together.
I'd like to live next door to someone who doesn't mind my loud music.
I want to live next door to Stasia because she's fun.
LMH wanted a video that they could play to new tenants to give them an idea of the pitfalls that new tenants might face when moving into new residency. Things like how to manage money better, consideration for neighbours and those kind of things. They also wanted to engage a group of young people.
The young people that we worked with were amazing. They did everything. Once they'd scripted it, it came to filming it, so we spent a little bit of time with them, showing them different filming techniques, different location, lighting techniques, and sound engineering, sound recording techniques. They had a director there that was directing the different scenes, telling people where to go, and something that we had hoped but hadn't anticipated was they actually acted the whole film as well.
Really, really good. They've all been really keen, they've all had an involvement, they've all took a turn doing everything, and they've all learned loads of new skills that hopefully they can use in the future.
I enjoyed it because that's what I want to do in the future. I want to make another videos, and that just helped me even more and give me more experience.
We got to use new equipment and learn new things, and we all became friends in the end.
I learned more about the subtleties of acting on camera because I'm used to acting on stage and mainly in pantomime, so it's instead of going for surprise, you just kind of go.
I started as a police officer to try and stop a housewarming party. Done several types of filming.
The final film that they produced was so brilliant, there was never doubt in my mind that everybody would absolutely love it. And everybody has. It's just been amazing to see everybody's reactions and see how pleased they are with it.
Exciting. I didn't sleep last night. I was that excited for it.
Really?
Oh yes.
When I seen it, I couldn't believe how professional it looked, the way they'd filmed it, the way they'd all acted in it. It was absolutely brilliant.
Just excited to see my input on what I've done.
If we'd have produced it, it would have been completely different, but just having that little pinch of young inspiration in there, and it turns it into something really fresh and unique.
Let's have another look at how welfare reforms affect you.
The film is about informing our tenants about the effects that this new legislation that the government's brought in regarding the bedroom tax, how it's going to affect them, that they need to keep in contact with us constantly because this legislation is already changed and is likely to change again in the future. So it's important that people ring us, contact us, let us know the circumstances, and we can best advise them from what they tell us about that. People don't seem to realise how this is going to affect them and assume that the housing benefits will still carry on being paid for them. But unfortunately what it means is if you live in a property that's too big for you, then you are going to experience some kind of reduction in your housing benefit, which ultimately you'll have to pay out of the rest of the money that you receive. It isn't a simple issue of just moving because obviously there may not be the property out there that people need to move to. So if people need to move to smaller accommodation in a certain area to meet certain needs and it's not there, then that's not going to happen. And unfortunately they will be left with a debt to pay on the property that they live in now. The best course of action that residents can take is to contact their landlord. They work in partnership with many agencies that can give them help and advice regarding the benefits that they may be entitled to, about helping them to get back to work, about helping them to apply for grants that are available to help them through on a short term to pay this shortfall in the rent. This reduction in benefits is going to bring great hardship to many people and their families, so it's vital that they get in touch with their landlord to get as much help and support as they can to enable them to be able to pay this shortfall in the housing benefit.
Thanks for watching. See you next time. And remember, everyone needs good neighbours.